Why do we have to go to school so early? It's still dark outside. My classmates are falling asleep at their desks. No wonder. We were outside at 5:45 this morning waiting for the bus. How are we expected to perform at our best when we barely get any sleep? If school started just 1 hour later, it could make all the difference. I've got it. I'm going to start a student-led petition for Chickadee County schools to start later. Hi, Mr. Feather. If you haven't heard, the superintendent wrote a letter to me asking me to make a speech at the next school board meeting. He wants me to convince them why school should start later. I've never had to give a speech like this before. I don't know where to begin.
The biggest piece of advice I can offer you is that when people try to persuade each other, they use 3 main tactics: ethos, pathos, and logos. Ethos, or ethical appeal, is about establishing credibility or trust with the audience. Here, you want to convince the audience that you are worth listening to by being fair, knowledgeable about the topic, and considerate of their thoughts and opinions. When you start writing your speech, try throwing in a line like, "Don't you hate waking up early in the morning? Don't you hate being forced to fumble through your day when all you want to do is go back to bed? I know I do." By doing this, you can establish a common ground with your audience and show them that you too have been exposed to the problem. Why don't you go ask Miss Beaker about logos?
Ah, logos, another very important approach to your speech. Logos, or logical appeal, is about explaining to your audience why they should logically agree with your point of view. Here, you would provide concrete evidence, such as statistics, graphs, and charts to support your claims. You could reason with your audience with a line like, "Teen driving accidents decreased by 16% after high school start times went from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. You need to convince your audience that you did your homework. Miss Beaker can tell you a little bit about Pathos." Sure, I can tell you about Pathos. Let me get the big book of rhetorical devices. Here it is. Pathos, or emotional appeal, is all about feelings. If you want someone to agree with you, you want them to feel the same way you do. Create an emotion with words to arouse an emotion in your audience. For example, tell them to picture their child going on 2 hours of sleep, waiting outside in the dark for the bus, worried sick about today's exam. Did I make you feel sad, concerned, worried? Exactly. Now mash the big 3, ethos, logos, and pathos together, and you'll have the audience in the palm of your hand. In conclusion, I full-heartedly believe all schools, including ours, should adopt this schedule of beginning the school day an hour later. Thank you.
In my 5 years as superintendent, I've never seen a student approach the board with such credibility, such strong evidence, and the ability to convince the audience to think and feel the same way. On behalf of myself, Superintendent Easter, and my board, Miss Cabbage, Dr. Carrot, and Dr. Pellet, I can safely say that we have made a decision. Today in Chickadee County Public Schools, school board officials have agreed to push school start times back 1 hour due to a county-wide student-led petition. Good night, kiddos.